Welcome to UNT Hockey on YouTube. I'm Dawson Miller, and I'll be taking you through this morning's game at 10:30 a.m. We are 16:30 in the first period as UNT is up 1-0 off a goal from Clark Bailey, number 27 for UNT, as SMU will start it. Here's number 21 going down the corner. He'll wait, give it to his point man with a shot right in front of him. Parker, go back. SMU trying to keep it in. They do down in the corner. That's picked off by Kruger. Kruger with a little bit of speed. They'll give it down to Colty, who calms and collects. And SMU will start it back up in the neutral zone. Here's number 12 for SMU trying to make a move around Reed, but that's picked off by Kruger. And SMU will regroup in the neutral zone as number 12 for SMU will start it up with Demirs, Eaton, and Snetzinger out there. Eaton with 4 goals on Friday against the Dallas Baptist Patriots Hockey Club and a goal on Saturday night as UNT lost 9-1 against DBU. As this goes back to Venable, who will send it down to Ian on the down point, trying to find Setzinger backdoor. Setzinger with a shot, and that is tipped out front as Ian trying to keep it in. He does. And SMU still trying to get it out. They finally do as it's in the neutral zone, and Venable will calm it down with pressure as it goes all the way down. SMU will regroup. And here comes number 91, Elliott, for SMU, trying to make a move around Alford. Alford with a little bit of a poke check, but it's still down deep below the goal line as Alford fighting off his man down low. SMU is still trying to get a shot on Parker, but it's picked off by Alford. Down low, maybe a 2-on-0 Foreman. Shot on Parker by number 18 for SMU. As here is Eric Ian. He'll try to find Joey Demers. Demers trying to make a little move around his man down low. He'll spin, find Lafferty out front, but it's picked off by the SMU defender as it comes back in the neutral zone. Here's McLeod. He falls down, number 55 for SMU. Trying to make a move around. Parker scored! SMU goal number 55 for the Mustangs. Makes this a 1-1 hockey game after he got around McLeod, who got tripped up, and a breakaway goal on Trace Parker makes this a 1-1 game. That was number 55 for the Mustangs. We'll see what the response is for the Mean Green as there is 13:57 left in the first period as SMU will come down trying to find something in front of Parker. Goes back to the point with a shot. Another rebound on Parker. And a quick pad save on that as he'll collect it. And SMU will get a quick line change with Kruger and Reed to get out there. Reed did not play on Saturday night's game as I believe Mean Green only had 5 defensemen, which were substituting a few people in there. But Reed is back out there for this Sunday morning game as SMU will start on the point. Here's number 73. He'll take a shot. It was wide of Parker, but the Mustangs still have possession. He's trying to get another shot on Parker. And he will glove that down. SMU doing a good job at keeping the puck down low and also getting shots to Parker, trying to find rebounds after that goal from number 55 for SMU, who's on the face-off right now against Rutledge. He'll win it back. A shot tipped out front, but Reed's there on the follow-up in the corner as Kruger with pressure down low. And here comes number 19, Rutledge, off the glass, trying to get something, but it's a little bit far ahead for Lamb as Reed will have some time. He'll just rim it all the way around. As for a minute, it looks like the Mustangs had too many men on the ice. We'll see if the referee caught on to it. Possible 6 guys on the ice at one moment. And we'll see if we have a Mean Green power play. As it is a too many min call, I believe, on number, I guess they're trying to find the players. It's number 21, Thompson, for the SMU Mustangs, and we'll have a power play for the Mean Green with Stetzinger, Demers, and Ian out there. Stetzinger on the tie-up on the draw. Demers will gather and collect, give it back to, trying to find Kalantra, but it's picked off by number 12, Malone, for the Mustangs. And Kruger will have some time, and they'll start it up. Here's Kalantra, who did not play on Saturday night after having a slight knee hit injury on Friday, but I feel like he just needed a rest day to get his body back in shape. As Kalantra trying to hit that deep, but kind of skips over a stick, and Kruger will start it back up, finding Demers. Cross ice for Ian, trying to do a little back and forth as it comes back to Demers. Demers with a little move. Waits, holds, finds Snetzinger. Demers will dump it deep, trying to find Ian behind the net. And SMU doing a good job at really smothering the Mean Green on this power play as it goes back to Kruger, and Kalantra and him will gather it up as only 1:01 left on the power play. Demers will start, trying to find Kalantra on the point, but Kalantra just sends all the way down, and will get a line change as Reed will come out on the power play. Here's Kruger on the point, finds Reed. Reed finding Eaton. Ian with time and space. When he has time and space, he usually makes things happen. He'll find Kruger on the point. Kruger to Demers. Demers finding Ian. Ian with a shot, scored! Mean Green goal, Eric Eaton, as Demers found an Eric Ian wide open in the slot and makes this a 2-1 hockey game, a power play goal, as the Mean Green had a lot of time and space, and Kruger found Demers. Demers found Eaton, which has been a common theme this whole season with them two on the ice. And Eric Eaton will bury that top shelf on the Mustangs with 11:39 left in the first, and a 2-1 lead for the Magic Man Eric Eaton, who has had 6 goals now this season, or this weekend. We had 4 goals on Friday, the lone goal on Saturday, and a goal here tonight. We'll see what he has in store later in the following periods, as here is the Mean Green trying to get it out, but unsuccessful. SMU doing a good job at keeping it on their points, trying to find something out front in front of Parker, but Perry will just slap it down, and the Mustangs will regroup as the referee will blow it down. And we'll have a face-off, I believe, on the neutral zone right in front of the penalty boxes, as Rutledge's line is out there with Davenlew and Lamb. As here is Lamb. He'll chip it out, goes all the way back for Gupta for SMU, and Alfred and Venable play some back and forth with a little bit of pressure from Thompson. Here's Lamb. Lamb off the boards, trying to find a striving Rutledge, but the Mustangs are there as he comes back to Venable on the neutral zone. He gets hit off by Thompson, and the Mustangs still trying to get something down deep. Here's number 55 for SMU, who has the lone goal for the Mustangs earlier in the first, is Venable in the corner. Loses the stick battle. Gives it back to Thompson by the Mustangs. Goes back to Gupta. He'll give it to his partner with a shot wide of Parker. Trying to find maybe a tip out front as they battle on the corner. Here's Thompson for SMU. He'll find his man down low. Mustangs with a little bit of time trying to find a shot as that's deflected off Davenlew's stick, and Venable will glove it down and start it up for the Mean Green as trying to find a sprawling Davenlew, but the puck's just a little bit far in front of him. As here's Thompson for SMU. He'll stop and start trying to find something, but Lafferty is there to interrupt. Here's Gupta on the point. Gupta with a shot, and it's a block by Kruger, who is always usually in front of those point shots in front of Trace Parker, as SMU down low. Here's Thompson with a shot, trying to find the rebound on Parker, and Lamb is there to interrupt. The Mustangs the last few minutes have done a good job at getting shots on Parker after the Eric Eaton goal, trying to respond with possible Goal to make this a 2-2 hockey game, as the Mustangs doing a good job at finding their open lanes and open guys below the goal line in front of Parker, as here's Kruger. He'll try to find Bailey, but that's picked off. Possible 2-on-1 down low. Here's number 25 for SMU. Scored! Mustangs goal number 25 for the Mustangs. That was a top shelf glove side goal, as I believe Kruger was trying to get it out and couldn't find Bailey's stick, and it was picked off by number 25 Peterson for the Mustangs, as that is his first of the night. But a good pickoff play by Peterson with an open lane 2-on-1 in front of Parker, and he buries it glove side top shelf on Trace Parker, who started on Saturday night but got switched up by Max Schinder late in the second period. But it's still been stellar tonight, as it's a close 2-2 matchup with quite a bit of scoring in the first period with 8:41 left in the period. Scored! Another goal by the Mustangs, number 5, as that goal just trickled in front of Parker. I don't believe it was tipped out front, but that was a goal by the pointman number 5 for the Mustangs, as he just kind of lobbed that in, trying to look for a tip, and I don't even think Parker saw it, as there was a lot of traffic out front, and it was high blocker side on Parker. So there's 2 goals by the Mustangs in about less than a minute. So then a quick glove grab by Parker to kind of respond with something, as the Mustangs have had a lot of heat since the Eaton goal earlier a few minutes ago, and the Mustangs respond with Peterson's goal and number 5 for the Mustangs. As Statsinger's line out there with Eaton and Demers, maybe with a response. Goes back to the point, SMU with a shot. And there's number 18 with a shot on Parker. Shots on goal 17 for the Mustangs and 4 for North Texas. But North Texas, a lot of the shots they've had have gone in, so they just need to get more shots on goal. As Ian comes up the ice, the Magic Man, Eric Eaton, who, with a little bit of pressure on his man, but hits off his man down low in the corner. But the Mustangs, as here is number 46 for the Mustangs, McLeod on him, trying to find maybe an open hit, but he'll stop and start and try to find his open man. And here's Wright Perry. He'll set it up for number 5, Zeckelman, who scored for the Mustangs. And there's another shot on Parker, but he'll glove that down. And we'll have a face-off, I believe, out front in front of Parker in the mean green zone, as it is a close game, but we want North Texas to start taking as many shots as they can to get something, as 4 of the shots they've taken, 2 have gone in, as goals from Clark Bailey and Eric Eaton. And no icing on the play, as Bailey is down low, gets hit off by his man of 73, Peck, for SMU. Goes back to Kruger on the point, stop, start, shot. And it's blocked by Elliott by SMU. And here's Kalantra. Kalantra, the new guy, he gets hit off trying to find something, but the puck squirts all the way down, and Kruger on the neutral zone would just dump it deep. Here's Peck for SMU, doesn't get all of it. Here's Kalantra trying to make a move, but gets hit off. And the Mustangs will start out. Here's Gupta for the Mustangs, but couldn't seem to make a move around Kruger, and we'll start it back out as the Mustangs chip that in. No icing on the play, as Kruger will room it around for Bailey, who makes a little pass to Lafferty on the startup, Peyton Lafferty. But I don't think Kalantra was communicating with him, and SMU will start it back up in the neutral zone. Here's number 12, Malone, for the Mustangs, and that's another quick glove snag by Parker. who has been really stellar with how many shots he's faced this early with 19 shots. As number 25, Peterson, who has a goal tonight for the Mustangs. Peterson in the slot with the shot, and that's blocked by Alford. Alford will hit off the board, trying to find a sprawling Rutledge, but wins the battle with Peterson. Here's Reese Rutledge, but he loses it in front of the Mustangs goaltenders. Here's Davenlew trying to find Lamb, and puck finally gets chipped out, but Davenlew just sprawls it forward as number 7 for the Mustangs will just chip it out. Here's Venable, finds Alford as they'll regroup, finding Davenlew cross ice. Davenlew will cross ice dump, and he'll make a line change. As here's Zeckelman for the Mustangs, who had that point shot goal that I don't think Parker really saw with traffic out front. As here's Lamb finding Stetzinger. Stetzinger with 2 goals and 2 assists on Friday night's game against the Patriots. Stetzinger trying to make a move, and I believe a penalty will be called on the Mustangs as Stetzinger was trying to make a move, and I think that is a hooking call. And not on number 7, number 21 for the Mustangs. I believe that is Thompson, who was already in the box earlier on the early power play for the Mean Green, but he'll go back to the box, and we'll have a 2-minute power play, see what the Mean Green can do on this one with a response after 2 unanswered goals by the Mustangs after the Eric Eaton power play goal. As here's Demers in the corner, has time and space, finds Reed on the point, and that gets hit off. Number 18 for the Mustangs with a little good play on Reed on the penalty kill, but the Mean Green will have some time to do something, but Stetzinger just kind of slaps it forward, but it gets in the zone successfully. Reed gets hit off by his man. Here's Stetzinger trying to find Demers, and Ian will find the point man of Kruger. Kruger will sauce it down low. Here's Stetzinger trying to find a man of Ian, but Ian barely gets enough of it. And they will work it around, trying to find an open man. Here's Eric Egan. Aaron Egan with the goal tonight with a shot. And a lot of traffic out front, but that is gloved down by Mustangs goaltender. And we'll have 1:10 left on the power play with the top unit coming off with Rutledge, Lafferty, and Kalantra out there. Kalantra, the new piece for the Mean Green, but he's out there right now in the power play. We'll see what he can do. Is Wright Perry with a point shot that's blocked by a Mustangs player out front, and it will send all the way down. That kills off plenty of seconds on this Thompson penalty, as Perry will find Kalantra. He'll use his speed. He'll will it up. Try to stop and start, find someone down low in front of the Mustangs goaltender, but nothing will result as SMU will send it all the way down in front of Parker, and that'll kill off a ton of seconds on this power play as Lafferty will chip it up from the pass from McLeod. Here's Kalantra. Kalantra with a shot and a chest save by SMU. A little bit of extra work from Kalantra, and I believe that is the number 7, Gupta and Gale, as I believe Kalantra will be going to the box after that one, as Kalantra will go to the penalty box for 2 minutes. I believe in the Mustangs player number 7 will go to the box as well after the shot from Kalantra, with a little bit of extra work as they will both serve their time for 2 minutes, as that is Dale for the Mustangs defender, as still a power play 5-on-4 for the Mean Green for 20 seconds on the Thompson penalty as it gets sent on the point. Here's Kruger. He'll try to chip it off the boards, but it skips over Stetzinger's stick. He'll find his point man of Reed, finding Eaton. Back to Kruger. Kruger with a shot. It's wide from Stetzinger, but he'll still have possession. Here's Eric Eaton. Giving it back to Reed. Back and forth to Ian. Ian finds Demers down low. Demers misses an open net. Another shot by Reed. I don't think Demers got all of that puck, though, as it was a little far in front of him, but he still got a shot off his Demers again. But the puck gets sent out as Thompson will follow up after getting out of the box, and we'll have some 5-on-5 action. Here's Thompson with a move. And here is Reed trying to just get it out of the zone and finds Demers, who had that chance, but I don't think he got all of it as it went plenty of wide from an open net, which would have made this a 3-3 hockey game. As here is Lafferty on his man, but the Mustangs will start it up. Here's Peterson. Peterson will make a move, but get hot by Wright Perry. McLeod will follow up and will all the way down to the Mustang zone. McLeod with a shot. That's wide, as Bailey will try to follow up with it, but not enough speed, as here is number 18 for the Mustangs with a shot, blocked by Wright Perry. And Bailey, who had the early goal for the Mean Green, will try to get it out. McLeod trying to get it out, but that's blocked by a Mustangs player. A lot of pressure by the Mustangs so far. Another shot, Parker scored! Mustangs goal number 46, as that was a unsuccessful attempt to get it out by the Mean Green, as I believe McLeod was trying to get it out, but the forecheck by the Mean Green was strong as they got a shot off Parker, and then a quick pad save, rebound, and a goalie change for Parker, as I believe Gabriel Hinchy will come out and replace Parker early or late in the first period. So Hinchy will come out, as Hinchy played in the first game this weekend on Thursday night, who was pretty stellar. So we'll see what Hinchy can bring, as Parker and him will trade places. And McLeod trying to get it out, as in the corner Cunningham can't seem to get it out. As another shot by number 73 for the Mustangs. SMU doing a good job of just getting those point shots deep and trying to find rebounds, as Cunningham with pressure on his man, and he'll fall down. Here's Peck trying to find his sprawling man, as here's Reed. He'll give it to Kruger. A lot of time with no one on him. So we have 1 minute remaining in the first period. As here's number 5 for the Mustangs. He'll get hit off by Kruger, but the referee will have his arm up on that one, as I think that was Zeckelman for the Mustangs. And he's still down on the ice. His teammates will try to help him, but he gets up a little bit slowly, and Kruger will go to the box for 2 minutes, as Kruger will go on for 49 seconds, as we'll see a Mustangs power play, as the last 2 power plays have been on the opposite side of the ice, and Zeckelman will stay out for this power play for the Mustangs with his partner Dale on the back end. So we'll see what the Mustangs can provide, as Stetzinger with the draw. Demers trying to get it out, and Stetzinger will help him out and get it off by Dale, but it's sent all the way down, and Zeckelman, who is still out, as the boarding call on Kruger. Zeckelman will try to make a move and gets tripped up by Ian, but the referee does have her arm up, as Dale will try to make a move around Ian with a shot and find something out front, but pulling their goalie with 6 guys out there is back to Dale. Dale with the slap shot, and that's blocked by Demers. Still not having full handle of it, and Demers finally touches it up, and referee will call the tripping call on Eric Ian, but it looks like a little like they just kind of ran into each other, and Eric Ian made him fall. I don't think it was intentional, but he will go to the box for 2 minutes, but there's only 2 seconds left in the first period, so we'll see what they could do with the short amount of time as Malone on the face-off against Snetzinger. It'll be a tie-up draw as Dale trying to do something, but the buzzer will sound and both teams will respectfully go to their locker rooms. This is a 4-2 game as SMU was really strong down low, having point shots all period. And they did a good job at getting those rebounds and doing all that as the both goals by the Mean Green by Clark Bailey earlier in the first and Eric Eaton, who had several chances but buried one from a pass by Joey Demers on the power play. So we'll see what the Mean Green can do in the second period and if they can respond with 2 goals or maybe more to make this a tie game and possibly lead it into the third period and see what they can do in the 20 minutes in the second. So both teams will go down and we'll be back in 10 minutes for the second period as this is UNT Hockey on YouTube. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to UNT Mean Green Hockey as Mean Green and the SMU Mustangs will take on the second period after a 4-2 lead by the Mustangs after the first period. Eric Eaton and Clark Bailey had the 2 goals for UNT. Clark Bailey had one early in the first period, and Eric Eaton had one later in the first on a power play from a great feed from Joey Demers. And we'll start things on a Mustangs power play as a 5-on-3 after Eric Ian had a late tripping call with only a few seconds left in the first period, and Kruger had a boarding call late in the first as well. So we'll start up for the Mustangs as another call, as a holding call, I believe, on number 7, Dale, for the Mustangs. And he'll go to the box frustrated, and that'll ruin the 5-on-3 they had and make it a 4-on-3 with Reed, Snetzinger, and Demers with Malone on the draw. As the Mean Green need to see if they can change things up a little bit, as they had good success early in the first, but they had a bad opportunities on getting pucks deep on SMU as whistle. Another penalty will be called on number 21, I believe that is third penalty of the night, number 21 for SMU. That is Thompson. Thompson's been in the box quite a bit as he's getting used to it in there, as it'll make it a 3-on-3, so not as bad as it seems when we started the period, as the Mustangs will start it up. Here's Malone with speed for the Mustangs. Malone trying to make a move around Reed, but that's great defensive work by Demers on an interference call from Thompson. Here's Zeckelman. Zeckelman with room. Zeckelman with a shot that hits the glass and high off above Hinchy, who took the place of Trace Parker with only a few minutes remaining in the first, as Parker had a great start. Here's Setzinger, as Demers was trying to find him out front, but it was just a little bit past his stick. And Setzinger trying to find Reed backdoor, but a quick pass. Reed couldn't find all of it, as Mean Green will have some time and space as Demers with a little move. Demers scored! Mean Green goal, Joey Demers, as Reed found Demers with some time and space. And Demers run around his man and went 5-hole on Taylor Issam for the Mustangs, as no one was on Demers and he had enough room to bury a 5-hole goal, his first of the hockey game, as he had an assist earlier in the first on the Eric Eaton goal and had a pair of assists on Thursday night's game against Dallas Baptist. Demers always on the score sheet, as Lafferty with a shot, maybe Rutledge on the rebound, as Issam couldn't handle that one. Rutledge will get back on the point to Wright Perry. Wright Perry, little slap pass fake to Lafferty in the corner, as they'll battle along. Here's number 73, Peck, for SMU. He'll send it all the way down, and McLeod will start it up for this 4-on-3 power play. Wright Perry, McLeod a little back and forth, as only a few seconds on that Dale penalty for the Mustangs, as he's about to get out, as Ian comes out of the box as well. Ian on the startup. He'll find Kruger on the point. Kruger back to Ian. Ian with a shot. Trying to find a rebound in front of Rutledge, as Kruger will go back to Ian. Now 5-on-5 for both teams, as Ian will lob that forward. And here's Dale sending it. And foot race by Thompson, who just got out of the box. And here is Dale for SMU. He'll send it all the way down, and that will be a icing call. And we'll start it all the way back for SMU in the defensive zone. As Stetzinger, Demers, and Ian on the draw. Ian with trying to find maybe a goal tonight as he had 4 goals on Thursday night. Leads the team in points with roughly 50 points on the season. As Demers not far behind him with around 41 points, 22 goals, and 19 assists on the season, as well as Stetzinger, that whole line, very dynamic on the score sheet as they always seem to find the back of the net when they need to. As here's number 55, Dragovic for the Mustangs, trying to send something in front of Parker. Dragovic will find Dale. Dale with a shot. Hits the side of the net from Thompson, trying to find a tip in front of Hinchy. And Hinchy. As Stetzinger on the draw with Demers, and Ian will have Elliott, as well as Bailey will get a little tripped up trying to find his spot. And Elliott will win the draw, but it goes past his D-man of Dale. Bailey with the foot race. Here's Calandra with a shot. And the net will kind of come off, but Issam will fix that. Here's number 46 for the Mustangs, trying to find a shot. Here's Shire. And Reed will fight off that, and Calandra will just send it all the way deep. Calandra again just hitting off the board, trying to start something. Mean Green do a better job at finding those open pass lanes to start something, as they usually are losing it in the neutral zone to SMU, who's doing a good job at forechecking them and stealing the puck away. Here's Schreier for the Mustangs, and offsides will be called for SMU. And we'll get a face-off right in front of the penalty boxes in the neutral zone with Lafferty's line out there with Bailey and Lafferty going off, and they'll be replaced by Rutledge's line with Davenlew and Lamb on the draw. Davenlew joined later in the season, but has played a fair share of games, as Elliott will find Zeckelman for the Mustangs. He'll wheel it up and dodge Lamb, as Zeckelman in the corner. Make a move around Alford. Stick it forward for Elliott down low. Elliott trying to find Zeckelman, but it comes all the way down, and here's Peck for the Mustangs, but gets pressure from Davenlew. They both go down in the corner, as Lamb trying to do something, trying to make a move around Zeckelman, as he had an open Lamb out front. As here's Venable setting it deep for Lamb, finding Davenlew. Goes all the way back to Alfred on the point. Alfred with a shot. And that's blocked by an SMU player. Here's Schreier will send it deep with a hit on Venable. He'll go down, but no penalty is called on that. That was an aggressive hit, as Elliott will try to hit him as well. Gupton, Elliott with pressure. Venable goes down again, as Davenlew trying to start something up in the neutral zone. Here is Payedes for SMU with a trying to find that glove grab for him as another shot. I believe that was by Dale by the Mustangs. And here's McLeod sending it forward. Dale will find an open Mustangs player on Payedes, but he'll tip it, and McLeod will have pressure from Payedes. As Gupta down low, he'll fall down, and Mean Green still having trouble getting it out as it's down low in front of Hinchy. As behind the net, here's Wright Perry. He's got pressure from a Mustangs forward, as he'll send it for Davenlew. Mean Green having some trouble getting the puck out and getting full possession of it, with Mustangs doing a good job at forechecking the puck. As here's Demers. He's got time and space. Demers with the goal this period for the Mean Green finds Ian. Ian. That's blocked by Dale. Another shot by Ian in the corner, and that's a glove grab by Taylor Issam, the goalie senior for the Mustangs, who's been pretty stellar tonight with facing 10 shots, but letting 3 in off the 10 shots. And the Mean Green having quite a bit of shots, just not finding some opportunities down low, as the Mustangs doing a great job at just having those pass lanes and finding the open guys, as they have 22 shots on Hinchy, who is the big goalie for the Mean Green. As Ian in the neutral zone, he'll find a cross ice Kruger. Kruger with a breakaway. Kruger with pressure. Stefan Kruger with a shot on Hissam. And with a little bit of a stick behind him with a little bit of pressure, but still gets a shot off on Hissam on that glove grab. And we'll have a face-off in the Mustangs defensive zone with Snetzinger, Bailey, and Kalantra. Kruger on the point will send it around for Bailey, but skips over his stick, and here's Zeckelman sending it forward for Malone, but gives it right to Stefan Kruger as Kalantra trying to find Snetzinger cross ice, but a little bit of miscommunication there. As here's Malone for the Mustangs. Malone with a shot. That's wide of Hinchy as it goes back to Zeckelman on the point. Zeckelman will chip it off the boards, find Malone again. Malone with another shot. Scored! Mustangs goal, Malone. As Zeckelman found him as open as it can be right in front of the circle, and he'll bury that to make this a 5-3 hockey game. As Zuckelman had a little bit of time, but kind of had a spin in front of the Mean Green forward. I believe that was Bailey, and he'll bury that as a 5-hole goal on Hinchy, making this 5-3 hockey game with 12:42 left in the second period. It's gloved down by Schreier. It's hit off by McLeod, but Mean Green trying to get it out. Kalantra, puck gets intercepted by number 91, Elliott, for the Mustangs. Another picked off by the McLeod pass, as SMU is getting those passing lanes, trying to intercept anything they can. But it's sent all the way down for number 26, Hissam. And we'll have a face-off right on the right side of him. As Lafferty will win it back, trying to find Kalantra, but he goes back to right Perry on the point. D to McLeod, who slap it down for Bailey. Comes back to right Perry. Try to find Lafferty in the far corner, but SMU not being able to get it out, but finally do. But Kalantra with a little bit of speed, trying to stay on sides. He does successfully, but it's slapped down for Schreier. Schreier for the Mustangs with speed. Schreier making a move around McLeod, but McLeod with great defensive work on that as it gets sent on the point. Back to Schreier. Makes a move around Lafferty, but gets hit off back to Elliott. Elliott with space. And trying to find Schreier, but it's a little bit far in front of him. McLeod will do a little bit of work down there, and him and his man will do a little bit of work as they get sent all the way down. No icing as Kalantra with speed, but can't find that back pass on Clark Bailey. And the puck finally comes all the way. It is Schreier, who's at a long shift, will just send it deep and make a line change with his man as Reed, and Kruger will start it up for North Texas. Cross ice for Tristan Lamb. Finds Kalantra, trying to stay on sides as Kalantra's a little bit ahead of him, and the Mean Green will gain it back as here's Reed. Trying to find Davalou in the middle of the ice, but skips over his stick as here's Dragovich for the Mustangs, who had an early goal for SMU. And they fight around the corner, trying to make a move as Rutledge will wheel it up with speed. Reese Rutledge trying to make a shot off, but that's blocked by Zeckelman as he still has the puck. And trying to make a pass to Lamb, but Zeckelman will interrupt that, and SMU will start it back, but Rutledge will keep it in and makes a light shot pass on Issam, and Lamb will get hit off trying to do something down low. As it's sent all the way down, Kruger will keep it along the point. And rimming around for Davenloo behind the goal line is a tip out front on Issam. As Rutledge and a high stick is the Mean Green were celebrating, but I think they knew that was kind of a high stick as Lamb fully had his stick above the crossbar, or I believe that was Rutledge, as Lamb had that rebound, but Rutledge's stick was way too high, not below the crossbar, and it will still remain a 5-3 hockey game with 9:53 left in the second period. As here is Pedersen for the Mustangs trying to find his man of Malone. Malone with some speed, trying to find Thompson, who's had majority of their penalties so far this morning. As Alfred has a little bit of time, but can't hit off the boards and find Ian. Ian finally regains possession, trying to find a striving Demers, and Venable hit off the boards trying to find Demers and still having trouble getting out. Malone will just flip it forward for Pedersen. Pedersen making a move around Alfred. Gets blocked by Venable, who does a good job at getting in the shot lane on that one. As Pedersen has space and time. Back pass. Here's Ian with speed on the breakaway. Ian, Dale trying to follow him up. Eric Ian makes a move. And it is a glove stop by Issam. As Eric Ian with that notorious backhand breakaway, as we saw that on Thursday night's game on Dallas Baptist. As when Eric Ian's on the power play, he usually, or on the breakaway, usually delivers every time he has the chance. But Issam on that glove snag, I think Ian even was a little shocked on that, as he had the open backhand, but Issam was there to shut him down. As here is Lafferty. Lafferty with space. Shot scored! Peyton Lafferty right in front of Issam, and he'll bury that glove side on Taylor Issam. As that puck was sent forward by, I believe, Wright Perry. And first goal of the season by Peyton Lafferty, as he kind of went around the defenseman number 73, Peck, and had space and buries it to make this a great goal by Peyton Lafferty. First of the season. And it's a 5-4 hockey game with 8:37 left in the second. A little bit of momentum shift possibly for the Mean Green, who have done a solid job this period at getting shots through and getting as many shots as they can on Issam and finding those shot lanes as Stetzinger, Demers, and Ian will start it back. Stetzinger on the draw will give it to Demers, but that's picked off by Elliott. And they'll send it for Schreier. Schreier with a possible move, but that's picked off by Stetzinger. Stetzinger with speed. Possible 2-on-1 forming. Lucas Stetzinger trying to make a move, trying to find Ian. Ian scores! Eric Ian on a backhand flop to the net of Taylor Issam, as Stetzinger had speed on the far side and finds Eric Ian cross ice. And Eric Ian had all the time and space and buries in the back of the net, making this his second of the morning. As if you give Eric Ian enough room, he'll bury it and capitalize, as he didn't get that breakaway attempt, but capitalize off that pass from Stetzinger, making this a tied 5-5 scoring spree of a hockey game so far, with 10 shots total. As here's Demers. Demers in the corner. We'll find Stetzinger trying to do a little bit of back and forth. Demers with a goal tonight for the Mean Green, as Ian gets hit down by the Mustangs defender, but still gets up, as that was kind of a very scary hit below the goal line. Like Aaron Ian still gains back possession. Eric Ian with a shot and a glove or pad save by Issam, and we'll start it back up in the Mustangs defensive zone. Eric Ian probably looking for that possible hat trick so far, as 2 goals on the night, with Stetzinger having 2 assists so far and Joey Demers having a goal as well. As a tie up on the draw, and Mustangs will try to flip it up, but Rutledge is there to interrupt things as it is sent all the way down for Reed. Reed with the shot, trying to find a tip out front in front of Lamb. And here's Davenlu and Rutledge as Issam was all the way down. Back to Reed. Reed with a slap shot. Tipped again in front of Issam. Mean Green doing a good job of getting those point shots. Kruger with a shot. Pad saved by Issam as he goes back to Lamb. Just a shooting spree for the Mean Green, especially for Kruger. And Reed is another shot by Kruger. That's blocked by Malone for the Mustangs as he'll wheel it up with a little bit of speed and take a shot wide of Hinchy. There's another shot, and he'll glove that down. It was faced 24 shots so far late in the second, as the Mean Green have came back only having around like 4 shots late in the first, but now have 20 shots on goal on Issam. So they're trying to match the Mustangs, as they're just lately in this period, the Mean Green doing a good job at getting those shots on the points and finding those tips, as Lafferty, who had a goal only a few minutes ago, and Eric Ian tying this hockey game. Here's Zeckerman on the point. Hinchy trying to find that glove grab, but it skips over his glove. And here's Schreier for the Mustangs. Goes back to Payedes for SMU. He takes a shot as wide from Hinchy, and McLeod will flip it up. It's past Zeckelman, but way too far in front of Bailey. And here's Dragovich for SMU. Gets Fots off the McLeod hit. Here's Bailey, possible 2-on-2. Foreman. Bailey has time. Shot. Chest saved by Issam. Bailey trying to find that follow-up rebound. Bailey, who had a goal really early in the first period that started things off. And ever since then, it's been goal after goal from both squads, as Lafferty trying to win it forward, but it's blocked by Dragovich, who will lead it up for the Mustangs with speed. We'll see what he can do. Dragovich, who has a goal as well, with a move around McLeod. Between the legs action. And he has it again. Dragovich with a little bit of room, but picked up by right. Perry Schreier with his shot. Scored! Mustangs goal, Schreier. As Dragovich got that to the net, and Schreier had the second attempt and had some space. Not a lot to work with, but a little bit of space, as Dragovich did a lot of it. And Schreier just kind of sent a backhand goal that I believe went 5-hole on Hinchy, and makes this a 6-5 game with 5:37 left in the second. Back and forth action, which looks a lot familiar from the Thursday night game we had with North Texas facing off with Dallas Baptist, which was a very neck-and-neck game until the third period, and a 7-6 loss by the Mean Green. Here's number 18 for SMU trying to find a shot, as Gupta almost had that open net rebound. As here's Demers with speed. Demers trying to find his second of the night. Joey Demers gets hit off by number 73, Peck. And it gets sent back in the Mean Green zone. Venable with some space. D for Snetzinger, but Mean Green just trying to find that open passing lane here. Snetzinger with speed. Snetzinger with a backhand attempt. That's wide of Issam, as Ian in the corner. And Zeckelman will flip that all the way up. And here is number 76, Gupta. Stop and start trying to find his open man of Crest. And here is Elliott. Elliott with a little bit of space trying to find that odd angle of a shot, but it is not kept in by the Mustangs. He'll have to start it all the way up. Here's number 7, Dale. And he'll find Thompson. That's chipped forward. Malone with a little bit of space. Checked off by Kruger with good pressure. Malone goes down, but Kruger can't get full possession and gets back up. Rutledge with a hit on him. As it's very physical, as a little bit of work from Thompson and Kruger. Thompson with his helmet off. And Kruger and him were, as Thompson goes to the box, that is 4 penalties, and we're not even done with the second period. Kruger and him were sprawling at each other, throwing a few punches, and they both had fallen down as they'll both go to the box, and I believe serve 2-minute minors apiece. As Thompson's really used to that box so far. And we'll have some 4-on-4 action for 2 minutes apiece for Kruger and Thompson. Speaking words a little bit back and forth in the penalty box. Here's Wright Perry after the draw win by Rutledge, but Hinchy will glove that, and we'll start it restack and in the face-off dot. Here's Malone and Rutledge. Rutledge doing a good job on draws tonight, and he'll win it back for Wright Perry, but here's Dale. Dale with the shot. It scores! Top shelf glove side by Dale, who had a lot of room, but usually you don't see a goal like that with that much speed and velocity. As it was a quick shot by Dale. I don't even think Hinchy saw it on the point. And he'll bury his first of the game. And it'll still remain 4-on-4 as didn't change anything, but changed the score of the game as the Mustangs will start it back. Dale making this a 7-5 hockey game with 3:40 left as he'll try to find maybe something else. Another shot by Dale. Scored! His second back-to-back for Dale. That went 5-hole on Hinchy. Dale literally with less than a minute apiece from each goal. That goal, he just wheeling it all the way up, and he's got a powerful shot, as we can see, as that trickled by on the 5-hole, as it didn't look like it was going to go in, but just trickled through the legs of Hinchy, and we'll call a timeout as head coach David Heaps will call a timeout trying to reorganize North Texas after those 2 goals from Dale, which you don't see that often, 2 goals from the same player less than a minute. But we'll see if the Mean Green can respond with a goal to carry on in the third period, or the momentum will shift. But North Texas doing a good job earlier getting shots deep on the point after goals from Eric Eaton and Joey Demers. But SMU responding very heavily with 2 goals back-to-back, less than 30 seconds apart by the same player, a defenseman, in fact. So we'll see what Coach Heaps will talk to his players about, as Stetzinger's line will go out there with Eric Ian, as it's 4-on-4 still for 1 minute and 29 seconds on Kruger and Peterson's roughing calls. As 4-on-4's a lot of room on the ice, a lot of space to make plays and do that, as Venable and Alfred will play back and forth D to D. Venable will send it deep on Issam. Issam will stick that back for Zeckelman, and here's Stetzinger. Stetzinger on the top of the circle. Here's Schreier, and the referee has his arm up. And a hooking call, I believe, on number 73, and that is Peck, who has already served a penalty tonight, but we'll go back to the box, and we'll see a 4-on-4 3 power play, or 5-on-4, or 4-on-3 power play with Kalantra, Ian, Demers, and Stetzinger. So 4-on-3 power play. We'll see what they can do as Stetzinger wins it a little bit too aggressively past Kalantra, and Kalantra will start it back and give it to his man of Joey Demers. Gives it to Stetzinger. Stetzinger has a lot of room and space with only 3 players on the ice for the Mustangs. Demers back to Stetzinger. Stetzinger with a shot. Pad save by Issam, but Ian on the follow-up will give it back to Stetzinger as they have some time. Demers to Kalantra. Kalantra back to Demers. Demers with a shot. Blocked by Dragovich for the Mustangs. Angry interest trying to find that open shot line. Here's backdoor Kalantra. Kalantra with a shot. That's wide of Issam. I think he got a little bit of that, but goes back in the corner for Ian, who fights off his man. Demers on the top of the circle fights Kalantra again on the one-timer attempt. And Issam with the glove snag. A lot of opportunities and chances for North Texas on this 4-on-3 power play. But Issam's shutting down everything. But Eaton doing a great job, as always, finding those open players down low, especially backdoor Joey Demers, who's happened many times. Ian, when he has space and time to find Demers, trying to find that backdoor, like we just said, loves doing that. Demers finding Ian again with a shot. Blocked by Peck. Kalantra with a shot. Scored! Dominic Kalantra with a shot on the top of the circle makes this a 7-6 hockey game. And will bury his first of this season, as he is a new addition for the team. Started his first game on Thursday against his old team of Dallas Baptist. And will bury that one on the power play to secure a quick goal. We'll see if they can get another one on this 5-on-5 now. As here is Dragovich making a move around Kruger, but Reed's there to intercept. Bailey finds Rutledge, 2-on-1 forming. Reese Rutledge and Lafferty. See if Bailey can follow him up. Oh, Rutledge falls down and can't get all of the ice as Dragovich cross ice gains possession. He'll go past Kruger, and Lafferty is there to try to ice it down. But, ooh, a big hit by Rutledge on Paedes. Paedes is down. Some physical play by both teams the past 2 periods. Here's Dragovich. Dragovich trying to make a move around Kruger, but Reed is there to help his partner out. And here is Paedes. As here is Dragovich again on the circle trying to do something. Finds his open man, gets hit down by Bailey, but Kruger still having trouble getting out. Here's Paedes. Paedes with a shot. Glove snagged by Hinchy. A little bit of trouble getting it out for the Mean Green, but still pretty solid so far with an 8-6 hockey game. After the power play goal by Dominic Kalantra, assisted by Peyton Lafferty. Peyton Lafferty had a goal very early in the second period, his first of the season as well. A lot of first-time goal scores tonight, as Demers will chip it up for Ian. That's onside, as Ian was trying to keep 1 foot in, as Setzinger trying to find Ian back door, but that's picked off by SMU number 27. Here's Outford. Gets hit off, but gives it to Demers. Venable will send it forward for Setzinger, who flips it up, and SMU will have time to regroup, finding him alone. Here's Setzinger fighting Demers. Demers with a little bit of move. Demers finds Ian. Scored! Eric Ian. Backdoor hat trick. Throw your hats. Eric Ian has 3 goals so far, and we're not even done with the second period. He had 4 goals Thursday night against DBU. And Demers with speed finds Eric Ian, open net, back door. And Demers and Ian always finding each other when no one's on them, and Eric Ian secures that 3-goal hat trick, making this an 8-7 hockey game. As like I said, it's back and forth for both teams who will get a goal, get 2 goals, and then the other squad will see us here. Schreier with a shot, and Hinchy will have a shoulder save on that and glove that. As 6 seconds left in the second period. Mean Green, that timeout really did something for their team as Coach David Heaps said something to them, and they scored 2 goals back-to-back. Eric Ian and Dominic Calantra as the period will come to a close. Elliott trying to get a last shot on Hinchy, but buzzer will sound. 8-7, SMU leading a very heavy scoring game so far. As if you want to see goals, this is the hockey game for you. Eric Ian securing the hat trick, and Dominic Calantra getting his first of the season, Payne Lafferty as well, along with Dale for the Mustangs getting a back-to-back goals on less than a minute. So 8-7 hockey game. We'll see what both squads can respond with, as we'll be back in 10 minutes. This is UNT Hockey on YouTube. Welcome back to the third period of play between your UNT Mean Green North Texas and SMU Mustangs. It is an 8-7 hockey game with SMU leading, as it's been a very back and forth hockey game so far in both periods. Eric Eaton for North Texas has had 3 goals on the night, as he had a goal in the first period and 2 goals in the second. And number 7, Dale, for the Mustangs, has had 2 goals as well. So 2 players to look out for is Eric Eaton, and on the Mustangs is Dale, who is probably looking for that hat trick as well, along with Joey Demers, who had a goal in the second period, getting his first of the morning, as well as Peyton Lafferty and Dominic Calantra, who had their first goals of the season. Calantra joined the team most recently and had his first debut on Thursday night against his old team, the DBU Patriots, as both teams will start up and regroup, as David Heaps will talk to his squad, who's done a good job so far at getting shots deep, as there's been moments where both teams have struggled getting the puck out and getting those shot lanes and not blocking them in time. But Hinchy and Issam on both sides of the ice have done great jobs in net. Trace Parker started in the first period and was pulled late in the first, and Gabriel Hinchy took his place and has done a stellar job so far. Here's Snetzinger with a shot that's not too hard wide of Issam, and Pedersen will start it up for SMU. He's getting the shot, and it's way wide from Hinchy. Zettelman will send it deep, and Demers will just rim it around with Reed. They're sending it forward for Ian, trying to find a cross-ice to Demers, but it's picked off by number 27, Finks. And I believe the net is off, and we'll have another face-off, this time right on the left side of Hinchy in the North Texas zone. Shots so far this game, 30 shots by the Mustangs, 25 shots by the Mean Green, who actually were not having too many shots in the first period, but really had a lot of shots in the second period, especially by their defensemen, getting those shots through the lanes and finding everything. Here's a glove snag by Hinchy off the Malone shot. Malone again with a shot, blocked by Reed. Another opportunity by Pedersen. Scored! SMU goal. I believe that is Thompson after Pedersen had that pass. Malone with the shot, and Thompson, who's had a ton of penalties so far in this morning's game. I believe 4 penalties so far, but he gets on the score sheet in another way with a goal, with an open net. Hinchy sprawled all the way down. So we'll see what the response is for North Texas, as it's a new period, as it's a 9-7 hockey game. A lot of scoring for y'all watching. Here's Davenlew. He'll send it for Lamb, maybe a 2-on-1 for him. Lamb with a shot, and an easy save for Issam. Lamb sends it for McLeod on the point. McLeod with a shot, Lamb on the rebound, but Dale will send it forward. Wright Perry's there to intercept. Wright Perry with another shot, and it's gloved down, but the Greens still have possession in the corner. Here's Lamb and Rutledge. They'll battle along with Elliott and Crest for SMU. Here's Schreier trying to make a move around McLeod, but he'll glove that down and start it up for North Texas. Here's Wright Perry, who has a key assist tonight on the Peyton Lafferty goal. Lafferty out there right now on a forecheck on Dale. As it's sent forward. Cressy trying to send that forward, and a whistle will be blown. We'll have a face-off back in the Mustangs defensive zone with Lafferty and Bailey, who that whole line out there right now all has goals tonight. Kalantra and Bailey. Bailey had the first one for the Mean Green, and Lafferty and Kalantra had theirs in the second. So that line's been really solid. Here's Lafferty trying to find Kalantra, and a great play by Zettelman to stop that 2-on-1 forming down in front of Issam. Here's Venable, will rim it around for Alford, and Kalantra will wheel it up for North Texas. Kalantra just sends it around, seeing if Bailey can get it, but kind of gets checked off the puck. Here's Venable. Venable with a slap shot. Goes wide. Maybe a possible attempt for Lafferty. Lafferty hits the side of the net. Issam's there. Puck is still free. They'll fight along the side of the net, and it will get rimmed all the way down. Alford. D-to-D pass to Ethan Venable. And you got to trying to get it out, but Dragovich for Mustangs can't get full possession as it finally gets flipped up, and Dragovich is there. He has space and time. Dragovich with a toe drag move shot, and that's blocked, I think, by Kalantra, who dove down in front of the puck on that shot. Dragovich again with a shot. Pad saved by Hinchy. Gupta will give it back to his man, and Dragovich still on the ice, not even moving as he's finally will get up. I think a little bit of collision happened between him and Kalantra, but he'll get up and looks fine. And we'll have a face-off back in the the neutral zone, right in front of the penalty boxes, with Pedersen's line out there, the top unit for the Mustangs. Majority of the goals have been scored by them, with Malone having a goal, Pedersen and Thompson of the night, as Malone will shovel the puck on Hinchy, but it's an easy glove grab for him, and we'll run it back in their zone, with as well as the top unit is Snetzinger and Demers out there. Snetzinger will win it back for Kruger. Kruger trying to find maybe Eric Ian on the breakaway if he can gain the no icing call. He does with speed as he fights off the check from Peck. Finds Snetzinger. Snetzinger brings it forward. Ian possible a shot on Issam, but couldn't get all of it as he tried to find a little tip play on that, as Snetzinger will take a shot. It's wide of Issam, and Peck will will it up. There's a little bit of pressure from Snetzinger, but here comes Pedersen. Pedersen will shove it forward for Peck, who sends it deep, as Dale will follow up with it. Dale has 2 goals on the night. Back-to-back, another shot. That was by Thompson. Another shot by Dale, blocked out by Kruger, and Snetzinger will sauce it all the way down for Ian, but it was a little bit far in front of him. And Ian will fight off the check from Peck. Ian doing a good job, always in the corners, getting full possession. And fights off 2 guys and still battling for it, but Peck will finally just rim it around for his man of Malone. Skips the stick over of Kruger, and here comes Thompson. Thompson stop and start, gives it to Malone. Malone with a shot on Hinchy and gets tripped up by Kruger after the play. Kruger speaking his words to the referee. And a face-off, Rutledge will win it back. Right, Perry will run around for Davenley, who just flips it up, and Zettelman will keep that down in the North Texas zone. McLeod kind of doing the same thing, hits off a stanchion, and Rutledge will flip it forward. I don't believe it will be an icing, as Lamb looks like he was going to win the foot race, but referee calls it a little bit of ahead of time. And we'll have face off on the opposite side. Eric Ian now having 55 points on the season, with 3 goals tonight, 4 goals on Thursday night, and a goal last night. He's always on the score sheet, but doing very great things this weekend. We'll see if he can get a fourth one tonight, maybe possibly a fifth, as he's had 4 goals twice so far this season, so he's not shy of that. As Schreier tried to do a wraparound attempt, but it comes back to Elliott. He'll try to find his man, but Davila is there to intercept, and Schreier keeps it in. Cressy with a shot, but it gets blocked by Rutledge, and they'll send it deep. Here's Wright Perry. He flips it all the way down. No icing on it, as I got tipped right before it crossed the red line. Here's Zettelman. Zettelman will strive forward with speed, wheeling it up. Zettelman trying to make a move around Reed, but Gupta is there to help him out. And Gupta trying to find an open guy, but Kruger is there to pick it off. And Ian with a little bit of pressure trying to gain the puck. Here's Gupta. And Demers finding off his man. Trying to gain full possession of it, but here comes Dragovic, who has a goal tonight for the Mustang. Dragovic, a little bit of a move around Kruger with speed, gets hit off and hits Hinchy. As he had all his speed coming at Hinchy and ran into him. Obviously not intentional, but he was trying to make a play, a backhand attempt, and flew all the way on Hinchy. But Hinchy is up and all good. Kind of a scary play for North Texas there, but he's shaken up, but all good. As Dragovic will go on the draw with Snetzinger. Dragovic will try to win it back, but Snetzinger gets the second attempt to Kruger. Sends it forward for Snetzinger, who will start it up. 3-on-2 if they can have enough speed with it. Cross ice, Demers finds Ian. Ian with a shot. And Demers had that little tip, but it's wide of Issam. Dragovic with speed in the corner with Kruger. Kruger with some physical work finds Demers. And they'll start it back up as the top unit for North Texas, Snetzinger. Trying to make a move around Dale, but that puck is in the stands, not hitting a fan or anything, but free souvenir as they will give it back to the referee. We'll start up back in the Mustangs defensive zone with Lafferty's line out there. As always, make sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at UNT Hockey, along with Facebook at UNT Ice Hockey. And as always, if you are watching us on a daily basis, make sure to like and subscribe and follow us on YouTube. And on Instagram, we always update all of our fans and everyone on schedule changes and upcoming games. So make sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at UNT Hockey. And I believe there will be a high-sticking call on Peyton Lafferty, who will go to the box for the first time tonight, and we'll see a 2-minute power play for the Mustangs, who first power play of the period, 12:46. And the Mustangs have had plenty of shots this period, now with 37 on the game, as here is Peck with a shot, and it's blocked out, trying to keep that in. And it's sent all the way down for Issam, and Dale will start it back up. Dale was very recognizable in the second with 2 back-to-back goals, but can't seem to have success getting the puck out with the forecheck from Kalantra. And here comes Malone. Malone will strive forward. Malone with a shot as that hits the post, as it was kind of an interesting shot. Hit off the skate of McLeod and kind of got deflected off the post from Hinchy. As puck is still in the zone. Here's Peck with the shot. It's wide from Hinchy. Here's Pedersen with another shot. Great block by Kalantra. Mean Green doing a good job getting in the shotting lanes. Here's Thompson with a shot. Another wide one. Pedersen on the follow-up. Finds Thompson again. Thompson back to Pedersen. Little give and go by both of them. And Pedersen will just give it forward and scored. SMU goal. Pedersen, as I don't think anyone knew that even went in. The referee that was behind Hinchy saw it go in. So Pedersen with his second of the night. Him and Thompson were playing some give and goes, and he just kind of hit the puck backhand attempt, and I think everyone thought that Hinchy gloved that down, but it just kind of went past his glove and snuck through, as he was kind of a no-looker backhand by Pedersen, but makes this a 10-7 hockey game, so we're getting into double digits now with that goal. And another move by Thompson, or Schreier, who made a move around Reed. SMU with a lot of pressure since that goal by Pedersen. But we'll see if they can follow up and change things. Get a few goals on the board. As here's Cunningham. Cunningham will try to sit it forward for Colte. Colte, as well, a new player for North Texas. Started his debut on Thursday against the Dallas Baptist Patriots. And here is Schreier, as that is Pearson, assisted by Thompson, as they were playing some give and goes. Kruger goes down after that shot from Clardy. And Kruger is down. Kruger always getting in those shot lanes, blocking shots, but he's not getting up from this one. And still on the ice in pain, as we'll see if he is all right. He blocked that point shot from number 27 for the Mustangs, Gagliardi. And that was a great block by him, as he was hit him up high. I don't think he was expecting it to be up that high. I think he was going down and expected it to hit his shin pad or possible skate, but it hit him a little bit higher than expected. And Gagliardi was just trying to get something on Hinchy, but Kruger with a great block and is probably in a lot of pain as we speak. But we'll see if he can get up from this, as he's getting help from two of his teammates, Reed and Rutledge. And Kruger's done a good job all night, like I said, just blocking shots and getting in those shot lanes. Mustangs, one of their key things they do is get it back to the point and get those point shots and tips out front, as well as North Texas with multiple attempts on the point. But Kruger will go back to the box or back to his bench and either shake it off or see kind of how he's feeling. But we'll start it back up with Elliott on the draw, and it's sent all the way down from Venable's flip. Here's Peck in the corner. Pressure from Ian, but he gives it right to Demers below the goal line. Here's Schreier trying to find Gupta. And here's Gupta. He'll make a room out Venable, but was a little bit far in front of his stick and couldn't make the right play, as Stetzinger will wheel it up with speed. Stetzinger across ice for Eaton off the skate. Has possession. Eaton with a shot. That's wide on Issam. And puck is still kept in by the Mean Green. And finally, it's taken out by number 46, Schreier. Schreier with room. Schreier with a shot. And a shoulder save by Hinchy, and that goes out of play. As Schreier has a few assists tonight, but trying to get a goal on the board, finding that glove side on Hinchy. And we'll start it back up with Lafferty on the draw against Dragovic. Dragovic will win it back, but it's too heavy and goes all the way down in the Mustangs' defensive zone. Here's Zettelman. Zettelman with pressure from Bailey, but finds Cressy. And here's Kalantra. Kalantra rims it around. Zettelman is there. Zettelman with pressure from Lafferty, but sends it forward for his teammate of Piatas. And finally, puck comes out, and Zettelman will just flip it all the way deep. And it almost hit the netting, but still in the play as Wright Perry finds the winger of Clark Bailey. And Mean Green just need to get it in the Mustang zone as 8:53 left in the third period. And need to get some goals on the board to tie this thing up. Is another shot by number 27 for the Mustangs. Here's the Cressy with a shot. And trying to find that blocker on Hinchy. A hit from Dragovic, but no penalty on the play as Coach David Heaps a little bit frustrated with that call as Dale runs into Hinchy. A lot of different emotions going on right now as some frustration from North Texas as well as SMU with penalties that should have been called. And I think both officials discussing the play on this. And I believe they're sending someone to the box, a slashing call on Wright Perry, the assistant captain for North Texas. He'll go to the box for 2 minutes. I didn't see the slashing call, but I think it was on Dale, who was going towards Hinchy and got slashed by Wright Perry. So we'll see a Mustangs power play and a Mean Green penalty kill, unless someone else is going to go to the box for SMU, as there was a hit out front in front of the North Texas bench, and Coach Heaps for UNT was a little frustrated with the no call on that, but they called Wright Perry on a slashing. So we'll see what the response is for the officials, as Lafferty will talk to them. As both teams will regroup. And we'll see what the results are as Thompson will talk to officials as well. Thompson with a few goals tonight, and has been in the box roughly 4 times with multiple penalties in the first, second, and finally found a goal early in the third period as Peterson will win them back to Peck off the boards to his man of Malone. Malone with space. Malone with a shot. It's blocked by McLeod, and here's Peterson. Peterson spins away from Reed. Demers is there. He gets smothered by Peterson, and Reed will send it to his partner of McLeod. Can he find Demers maybe? Demers would have possibly tipped that, but it was a little bit too far in front of him, and Ian will find Reed. They'll kill off this power play, and McLeod will try to send it down, but gets a hit off by Thompson. And Dale loses it to Demers. Demers on a breakaway with pressure from Peck. Demers with a shot and gets hit in the net by Peck. Net comes off as Demers ran into the post, and that should be some type of penalty, as he did have a breakaway and got sent down by number 73, Peck, who was all over Demers and sent him down, and Demers ran into the post, almost him. So now a 4-on-4. There's only 1 minute and 11 seconds left on that Wright Perry call. So we'll see what happens on this. As Demers will get off to make this a even 4-on-4. And Reed will, on the point, try to find something on a glove stop. Here's Stetzinger. Stetzinger will rim it around. Elliott finds his man of Schreier. Schreier with speed. Onside, Schreier trying to make a move. And here's Kalantra. Kalantra has a goal tonight, had one in the second. Back to Stetzinger. Stetzinger finds Reed. Reed with a shot. Glove snagged by Issam, but can't glove that whole thing down. And here comes Elliott, one-on-one with Kruger. Elliott with some little bit of a move, but Kruger fights off him. Kruger back on the ice after that gnarly block that he did off the shot from number 27 for SMU, Gagliardi. So Kruger back on the ice, looks fine now, but it looked really scary when he was getting taken off the ice by his teammates. But Kruger back on as Setzinger wins it back to Kruger, gives it to Reed, D to D. Reed will start it up for the Mean Green as 4-on-4. Kruger back to Reed. Reed with some time and space. Reed trying to go around Gagliardi, but finds Stetzinger. A lot of space and time for North Texas on this 4-on-4. Stetzinger, who has a pair of assists tonight, trying to find the back of the net, who has had multiple goals this weekend. Kalantra with a shot, and a sneaky one. I don't think Issam even saw that, as goes back to Reed on the point. D to Kruger. Kruger with a slap shot. Scored! Mean Green goal, one-timer. Kruger, after that D pass from Reed, and goes 5-0 on Issam. Kruger, who was struggling with even getting up a few minutes ago, buries it in the back of the net on that one-timer bomb all the way basically on the blue line, and finds the back of the net with his first of the weekend and first of the night. So Stefan Kruger, we'll see if this goal can change the ways of things for the Mean Green, making this a 10-8 game. Still possible to get plenty of goals, especially in the sport of hockey with 6 minutes left in the third. Malone hits off right. Perry goes back to Davenlew in the North Texas zone. Here's Lamb. Lamb will shovel it up and high to Dale. He whiffs on that one, can't get all of it, but it finally gets out by Peterson, and Lamb sends it all the way down. As we're getting late in the third, and the Mean Green need to see if they can get as many shots as they can on Issam to tie this hockey game and send it to at least an overtime. With that possible momentum shift from the goal from Kruger, shine some light on the season or game. Here's Davenlew. He'll find Eaton. If anyone can do it, it's Eric Eaton, who already has a hat trick tonight, maybe trying to find a fourth for his team, as that's flipped up for McLeod. McLeod will chip it off the boards for Ian, back to McLeod. McLeod finds Demers, who sends it, trying to find Stetzinger, but it goes all the way down, and an icing will be called, and that'll be all the way back in the Mustangs' defensive zone with 5:05 left in the third. 40 shots by the Mustangs, as most of those shots have been faced by Hinchy, who took the place of Trace Parker late in the first period. And Issam, for the Mustangs, has been taking 31 shots. As Kruger with another slap shot, trying to get a second one, an identical goal maybe, but that's wide of Issam, and Thompson will try to lead that out. And here is number 18, Cressy, for the Mustangs with speed, trying to go around Reed in the corner. And he tries to send it to Elliott, but Stetzinger is there. Stetzinger will give to Demers. This line has a lot of key communication. Here's Ian with time. Eric Ian with a shot, and it's wide of Issam. And another play by Stetzinger, trying to find someone out front, but no one was there. Demers making a move around Elliott, but it's picked off by Cressy. Stetzinger sends it all the way deep. Ian in the corner has some space, gives it to Demers Stetzinger, but can't fire it off in time as it's picked off by Cressy. And here's Schreier. Schreier with speed on Kruger, attempting to make a move, but Kruger with great defensive work all night, shutting down that opportunity. Goes back to Peck on the point. Peck trying to carry it up. And Dragovic will just send it in the chest of Hinchy. So we'll see what Coach David Heaps will do, if he will pull his goalie or Hinchy early, or if they'll try to just see if they can draw a penalty or do something to get at least 2 goals on the board to tie this hockey game, as there's plenty of time, but they just need an opportunity as Hinchy will glove that shot attempt from Dragovic off the face-off. And another face-off, Lafferty loses it to Dragovic. Peck with a shot. That's a blocker save as Piatas was right in front of Hinchy. Piatas, a cloud on him with a hit. Here's Gupta. Gupta will carry it out. Give it to his man of Peck. Sends it deep for Paedes. He'll try to find Gupta, but it goes to Dragovic. He has some time. No one's on him. McLeod finally sprawls forward to him, and the Mean Green still having some trouble getting it out. They don't want to waste any time, precious time right now, as they need 2 goals. Dragovic sends that way wide of Hinchy and goes all the way down in the Mustangs zone. As North Texas, if anything, just needs a whistle to regroup, and referee does have his arm up. And I believe it's on North Texas, a cross-checking, and that is on Lars McLeod, his first penalty of the night. I didn't see exactly what happened on the penalty, but it's a cross-checking call on McLeod, which is a very unnecessary timing penalty with 2:51 left, and they need every second they can to at least get a goal or 2. And Setzinger will lose the draw to Thompson. Here's Malone. He'll find Thompson back to Malone. And here's Kruger. Kruger will drive it forward for North Texas. Here's Stetzinger. Stetzinger making a move around Zettelman, but Thompson is there. Here's Dale. 2 goals for his squad. Dale will carry it up. Find Peterson. Peterson with a shot. And that's wide from Hinchy, as Stetzinger will carry it up for his team. A little move around Thompson. A little far ahead of Ian, but gets checked off by Dale. Ian in the corner. 2 guys on him, as SMU is still on the power play. Demers will send it deep in the corner. Stetzinger checks off Thompson, gains access of the puck, and sends it all the way right in front of Issam, but no one is there as Dale can't get all of it. Here's Demers on the point. Demers with the shot. Pad saved by Issam. Back to Stetzinger down low, and he'll just send it. No looker, but Reed was nowhere in sight, so they'll start it back up. And Reed will find Kalantra center ice. Kalantra with speed. He'll stop and start spin around Gagliardi and gets hit off by Thompson. And Peck just rims it around as Reed is on the point and sends it deep. Kalantra in the corner. And here comes number 12, Malone for the Mustangs. 1 minute and 9 seconds left in the third period as the goalie is pulled for UNT. And Stetzinger will start it up as they need to start something quick. Lucas Stetzinger off the boards, and it's sent all the way down. Reed's there. Goalie's out, 6 guys. Now that's as McLeod comes out of the box. And Hinchy on the bench, and we'll have 6 players on the ice with Ian Stetzinger, Demers, Kalantra, and a few others, as McLeod and Wright Perry on the point. So Stensinger will lose the draw to Elliott. Gagliardi will collect, and Wright Perry's there to intercept. Demers with pressure from Elliott. Demers loses it as Cressy is there. He'll send it all the way to the neutral zone, and Wright Perry will have to regroup for North Texas as they don't have too much time. And loses access of it is Demers, and it's sent down, no icing, as McLeod will run around. Wright Perry is there. Chips it forward for Kalantra, but I don't think they were on the same page on that one. Is in the neutral zone. Setzinger is there. Finds Kalantra. And 8 seconds left in the third period. And this one winding down as Stetzinger a little bit of extra work in front of the SMU zone as he is throwing mini punches as a player is down right now. Kalantra getting into it as well. I believe that is Kalantra and Peck with some extra work. And Stetzinger with frustration was hitting a few players, and as well as Kalantra, who was getting into it with Peck as the game comes to a close. Stetzinger got hit off and was just throwing some punches out of frustration, and Kalantra was in the middle of it as well. And the buzzer will sound as the Mustangs win 10-8. Very back and forth offensive game for both teams. This was a very high scoring and close game. Eric Ian got the hat trick for the Mean Green. Joey Demers had a goal. Kalantra had his first of the season, as well as Peyton Lafferty, who got on the board. And Stephen Kruger had the one-timer snipe late in the third, but Mean Green just couldn't capitalize on SMU's offensive power as they scored 10 goals. Dale having a pair, Thompson and Peterson. But both teams will talk it out. I don't know if they will shake hands, as I think they are just going back to their bench after that altercation between Stetzinger and the player for SMU, Peck, as it was a rough game for the Mean Green, but it was still a very close game. They were leading at multiple times, but SMU just had the upper hand late in the third with multiple goals back to back. And the Mean Green will take a photo, even though the result wasn't the one they wanted, as all players will take a photo. David Heaps, assistant coach Andrew Lilly, all take a photo. As 32 shots to 42 shots, SMU very offensive this game, but just found the back of the net a few extra times than North Texas. And North Texas just did a great job on finding those open shot lanes, but SMU just had too many. As this 10-8 loss to SMU, and we'll follow up next weekend on Friday and Saturday, as those are away games. And North Texas will head back to their bench as a 10-8 loss to the SMU Mustangs in Allen, Texas. This is UNT Hockey on YouTube.